We should be live. We should be live. Hello and welcome to Spicy Oranges, the D&D stream
We gotta
where
start calling this something else.
the D&D stream where the fruit is hot. The fruit is hot, and the gameplay is lukewarm, at least, and the humor is mostly potty humor, if we're honest. The you know the fruit is hot, the gameplay is lukewarm, and the humor is third grade ish. That about sums up what we do pretty well, I think. All right, keep it down, you three. Trying to do real work here. Um, actually, the first thing I'm going to do is screw up my internet by sharing this week's featured art. Featured art, yeah! This is from one of our users. This is from Cam. And what I really like about this character are the band-aids. I think the band I don't know, like there's the Venus flytrap thing, right? Which is gives an aura of danger if you're a fly, I guess. I'm not particularly threatened by it, but um I can't figure out why there are so many band-aids and what they're for exactly, but let's see if Cam is on chat. Cam, why are there so many band-aids on this character? Does this character shave their entire body and often nick themselves? Is it like they were I know what it is. They were constantly harassed by biting flies and they patched all the holes and planted themselves with fly traps, Venus fly traps that grew. I don't actually know. Um, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Does this character have a name, Cam? Cam is in chat right now, so we can ask Cam with a approximately 30-second delay. No name. Oh, team. Can we generate a name for this magnificent character? Serena Band-Aids.
I mean, not to make it male gazy, but this is more of a penis fly trap, if you ask me. Yeah? Eh?
Uh,
Well, I'm glad we didn't ask.
uh, but maybe her nickname is Band-Aids? I don't know. It's a good question. Um, I like naming her Serena personally because Venus is the famous one and her sister is Serena, and this is obviously a Venus.
Aren't they both famous?
Yeah, I guess you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, but we could call her Serena Band-Aids Flytrap. Anyway, this is an excellent piece of art. Thank you for sharing with us. Sorry we've butchered everything about his presentation, but I nominate my nickname of Band-Aids. I think is a good one. Maybe it's from her childhood when she was a kid. Band-Aids are the only thing that made her feel better, and when she got older and turned into an obvious badass, she just kept the Band-Aids. All
I'm
right.
more curious as to what the flower in the background is, the red flower. Like,
I thought it was the chair cushion. It's made to look like a flower.
yeah, but
It's a
there's got to be
couch
some
flower.
symbolism there.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, there's tons of symbolism in there. There's a lot of symbolism in this one. All right. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna end that train right now before we go for it further derails and ruins everything. Thanks for sharing, Cam. We have there is a lot of good art in our art channel. Um, and I'm glad for all of it. I have more to share sometime, but not right now. I want to space it out. I want to make it last. Okay, so last it wasn't last week because last week I was on vacation, which I never do, but I was. Um, and now my wife is promptly sick, which is what happens when you get back from vacation, obviously. Um, but 2 weeks ago, we had some more combat, right? Owen won his first round of the definitely not Olympic Games. By the way, is my voice a good enough stream for everyone? Um, can anybody else recap what else happened? So Owen won his combat against a real slimy asshole, and everyone was happy about it. But a lot more than that happened. You went to a pub, total surprise. People started drinking, shocker. You've been looking for a way to get in to Vinith Gata's residence. Fort Magnus. There were lots of owl people. Yeah, there was owl peoples, owlins. My favorite part about 2 weeks ago was that you all agreed to join a musical. Yeah. So no matter what happens, sometime in the next couple sessions, I get to make you all sing.
Oh, you don't want to hear that.
Yes, I do. Well, not all of you have parts, but yeah. Yes, see, Foxy Proxy's doing a better recap than you guys are right now. It's correct, Foxy Proxy. They talked to Teacher Lady, whose name is, anybody remember?
No.
Yurtha.
It's not
Yeah,
Teacher Lady.
it's not Teacher Lady. No, it's Eartha. It's Eartha Vandrin, right?
And her friend, the hot dragonborn.
Yes.
Oh yeah, turns out they're friends.
Yeah, they're friends. Someone left unpackaged butter in their bag. 3 guesses as to who that was, and one of them doesn't count as Zerwin/Zerwin. Anytime there's a butter incident in this game, it's 100% Zerwin. Oh, you're muted, Zerwin.
Just saying, like we're acting like nobody here has ever left butter in their backpack on accident.
Maybe in my pockets, but I
If
didn't put
that's
it
what
there.
if that's what you're selling, I'm not buying.
You also met up with Andrej, right? He was so happy to see you. He give big slap on back and have drink. Um, and he told you about the weird way that he got here, and also a little follow through on what happened at after you left Wonder. And yeah. Anything else?
Isn't there some jerk that we need to go kill?
I don't know. Is there?
I'm pretty
Maybe.
sure there is.
Well, I believe
We
that.
ended with the tree woman getting killed, but we have to go see what happened.
Yeah, you were alerted at the last minute of something terrible, and then Skip, you weren't allowed in. There was a building, right, that she was staying at, and you weren't allowed in, and Skip came out and said something too along the lines of Azadirel is dead, right? Something close to that. And that is the last thing that happened. So just to remind you, the tree lady, right, Azadirel. Oh gosh, I could probably bring up a bunch of pictures for people. Yeah, Azadirel was the very first champion of the um, definitely not Olympics, the 100% non-Olympics. and she was very powerful. She was also a queen, right, of the Fey realm.
I'd forgotten that part.
Um, gosh. Yeah, I'll bring her photo up later if I need to. I'm just opening a bunch of photos now that you guys may or may not dig into. So you have Jana's first round of competition. That is today. You also have to meet with the troupe, the traveling actors, who decided they were going to cast you or give you jobs, right? And they're going to tell you what those things are today. And then there's also the potential investigation into Azadirel's death, and there's also preparation for Vinith Gata and Fort Magnus, where Vinith Gata lives. So, without further ado, I want to remind you that we left off in front of, if maybe when Zerman gets back, he can open up Owlbear Rodeo for us.
I will do that.
I'm gonna open up Owlbear Rodeo. Um, but you should be able to see. I can mark approximately where you are. Yeah, there's this big estate that was taken over, and that's where you are. Yep, there you go. Well done.
How long do we have until the fight?
Um, uh, you've got actually, let me roll a dice for that. Hey, Dirk.
Hey dudes.
Oh, you're super quiet.
And I will be with us very shortly.
You're super quiet, FYI. Okay, Jana is going to go early. She's second. When you go back to the hippodrome, thank you. When you go back to the hippodrome, it seems like people there haven't heard the news yet. Like, it hasn't filtered through that Azadirel is dead. And it also, that estate that you were at is now completely locked down. There are dozens of guards. Every window is being boarded shut. All the doors are being closed. No one is being allowed in or out. And remember, Skip was put in charge as governor of the province temporarily until his brother assigns someone permanently. So this happens technically on Skip's watch.
Skip, we got to get you an office.
He says, "Can I take you back to the hippodrome and yeah, I'm gonna have to be using my booth to coordinate some investigation stuff right away."
Yeah, that sounds good.
He also decides that he's going to basically give you all like imperial passes, because there may be times now when you are going to go without him someplace. Um, you never know. The governor's a busy man, the governor of a province. The hippodrome, like I said, hasn't the news hasn't filtered in, and you can't quite tell if that's because no one knows yet. Um, but Skip, when you get back, says, "Please don't say anything to anyone until we can figure out how to best inform everyone at once. I don't want to cause a panic, and this is a major international diplomatic issue. Skip's balcony area where he has been hosting you is now crawling with soldiers and servants. There's still space for you all to look out and watch the games, but it's no longer the empty, you know, bring me some grapes, fan me with a giant leaf sort of Roman decadence. It's now a sort of like crazed, crowded, hectic space with people running in and out and a lot of really serious looks. Jana, you have drawn an archer, obviously. Perhaps not obviously, not all of them are archers.
Mhm.
But you have drawn a young man. And this is important. Sorry, can't leave this part out. The arena looks totally different. There are now pillars of various height and sizes all over the place. There are also sort of like box facades that are put up. So basically there are places to climb, to jump, and to shoot from. Um, and there's also like not quite trees, but like shrubbery. They've brought in shrubbery. Um, so there's some cover involved as well. So yeah, you've drawn this person and you are second. The first battle is actually between someone who has throwing knives and someone who has javelins, and it's pretty gnarly. Um, the person the okay, so there's a kitsune with the throwing knives. They're incredibly agile. Kitsune is the fox people. Um, they're incredibly agile. They're jumping, leaping, climbing, hugging things, and also very accurate with the knives. The javelin thrower seems to be one of the Empire's soldiers, and he has a big fucking shield, and he's good with it. And every time the kitsune, finds an angle and launches a dagger, he is in the right position and deflects it, and basically slowly advances, trying to like corner this kitsune. Um, Eventually, he hurls this like Pila javelin, and it just barely nicks. Like the kitsune does this like crazy sort of backflip in the air, and it barely nicks their leg, but it's enough that it punctures the bottom of their calf and messes the whole dive up and sticks through their calf and bends. Like these javelins have a like softer neck. So there's like a massive arrowhead, and then there's a long, thin neck that is made of a softer metal, and it bends whenever it hits something. The kitsune is then weighted down to the ground and can't like limping, dragging, and it's ugly. Like this soldier just advances, blocking all the knives. Does end up catching one in the ankle, but is wearing plated boots, um, and just slowly advances and finally comes up to the kitsune and bashes it with his shield and then sticks it with a javelin, and that's it. That's the end of the fight. Um, the healers come out and they're all healed, and everyone is, it's a kind of a terrifying scene at first, but then when the healers come out, everyone, they sort of shake hands and the soldier gives a salute, and that's it. Um, you are ushered in, and opposite you is a young man. Looks like he's 19-ish years old, um, and he has. It's clear that this person has money. Their bow is very ornate. It's very large. It's very beautiful. He is wearing kind of like beautifully inlaid armor. Um, He's got his hair cropped short in the style of the Empire. He's got a small cloak that sort of billows out behind him a little, and he sort of stands regally and bows to you. And like, good luck.
I'll bow back politely as well. Also just I've got a thing over my face so that I'm not as easily recognized.
Yeah,
Um,
you could pull up the portrait of Jana anytime you want. It's in the PC thing, but absolutely, I hear you.
sure.
So again, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to give me some sort of overall strategy and then roll 5d20, but I want you to add your attack roll, which should be your dexterity bonus.
So my general strategy is going to be um to stay high and to stay to try to stay mobile and not let him corner me into one area. Like make sure I've always got a couple ways I can go.
Okay. Are you going to aim for like center of mass? Are you going to aim for like arms, legs, anything like that?
Center of mass.
Okay. Well, let's see your rolls.
Do you want me to give them to you one at a time?
Yes, please. Jana versus Fancy Boy.
And I'm sorry, what's the modifier? I know you said it.
Your attack roll, so it should be your dex modifier, right? You don't get one from having a magic bow.
Okay. Okay, so 4. Okay.
I can try to look at your character if you want.
Um, so the first one's 7.
Okay. Beginning 7 with everything included, right? Just give me the whole number.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the beginning of the match, after this person bows to you, he is introduced as Septimus Quintilius Julius. Um, Regardless, he's another three namer, as they say. And he bows, and the first thing he does is like throws his cloak in front of him, and like when it drops, he's gone. And you have a hard time locating him. There's no magic allowed in here in this one, but he just basically threw a sleight of hand, and you're like trying to stay mobile, and you're like from pillar to pillar, sort of dodging, but he catches you. His first shot, you don't even see him. He shoots you from like the top left corner, and you notice just in time to like make it not a lethal shot, but it does hit your left leg and grazes you, which slows you down. What's your second roll?
7.
7. Ooh, yeah. That's that 2 7s in a row now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So the good news is that he rolled a 3. So the bad news is you both rolled like shit. Um, he like laughingly leaps off and it's like ha ha and fires another arrow in the air, and like his like armor gets caught on like this like piece of ivy and like spins him around, and the arrow goes like flying like wildly up into the air, and you're like, yes, this is my chance, and you fire an arrow at him, and like you just miss, which is kind of embarrassing. What's your third roll?
13.
You recover enough when he like kind of turns sideways, and then he like reaches out to like slap the ivy away from his armor, and ends up knocking his own he rolled a 1, knocking his own bow out of his hands, and being like, oh shit, and like bending over to pick it up, and you nail him like right in the like chest area, right above the armor, and it like pinions him backwards. Next roll. Ooh.
15.
um it pinions him backwards. He somehow rolls uh like backwards and like leaps to his feet and fires an arrow. You had fired an arrow as he was firing, and his arrow takes your arrow out in midair, and like knocks it off course. Um, he rolled a 19, and it's gonna come down to the last roll. What do you got?
22.
Oh, he had an 18. Okay, did you roll 2 7s, a 13, and a 15, and then a 22? All right,
And then
well,
an 18. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Um, as he regains his confidence and the like, you know, roguish, overburdensome smile, toothy smile returns to his face, after having shot your arrow out of the air. He reaches back and pulls out this like super fancy arrow and doesn't even bother to like dodge. And he pulls back, and it's like a perfect shot coming like right at your eyeball, and you see your life flash before your eyes. But
Your father knows about saving money.
oh,
Everything I'm
where's that
wearing,
coming from?
I've
I'm
had
getting like
since
this
boot camp.
noise. Um, somehow you like respond in this like instinctual manner, and you fall back like matrix fall backwards, and it like flies over your like face, and like you feel the feathers tickle your cheek and forehead as it pass, and then as you land on the ground, you like fire one from the ground, and it goes right through the bottom of his like Adam's apple and out the other side, and he collapses like to the ground. And there's like a roar. People are like, yeah, it was a really spectacular finish. Everyone was very exciting. Everyone was really into it. Um, in your, as all of the other spicy oranges are watching they're probably like, oh shit, Jana's going down. This is bad. And then the last minute when she pulls out that shot from the dirt, you guys are like, yeah. Everyone's super excited. Congratulations, Jana. That was a good one.
Thank you. I did it for dramatic effect.
Yep, the whole thing was planned the whole time. Absolutely, 100%.
And the healers just bring him back, right? He's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yep. You had like they do it so I do it so that mechanically you don't have time to fail all your death rolls. So unless you're gonna do like an incredible amount of damage all at once, then you're really unlikely to die in this arena. It has happened before, but the last time it happened was like 40 years ago or something like that. Um, Super rare. Okay.
Okay.
Um, when you are done, the healers come back out. He gracefully bows to you again and says, that was an incredible shot. I can't believe that you dodged out of the way of my arrow. I've never seen anything like it. Um, like he's not happy, but he's, gracefully accepting his loss. And then he asks, where are you from?
Oh, I'm not from around here.
I assumed that, otherwise I would have heard of you. You're very mysterious, hiding your face.
Oh, the crowd loves it.
Yes. Showmanship is certainly a part of the games.
You are excellent. I'll buy you a drink tonight if I see you.
Thank you. And with that, he walks off. All right, team. Somehow every single one of you, I thought for sure Jenna was going down that one. Somehow every single one of you made it past the first round. Well done, friends. Um, so what's next?
Do we have to stick around, or can we go try to do something else? Like, what's the timing of these rounds?
You do not have to stick around. There's no more today. The rest of the day after the ranged competition is over, it resets and it goes back to the beginning.
What does everybody think? Is there something we could do
Ezra, you're muted.
now before the next rounds?
I am muted. Sorry about that. Matt, what did you say?
I said, what does everybody think? Is there time to go and investigate anything before the next couple of rounds?
That was going to be my thought. Could we get in on the investigation
It's
and maybe
mid-morning. I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. It's
you're
mid-morning
fine.
right now, so you should have plenty of time.
Maybe look into the murder scene. We could also see if I mean, we could do the criminal underbelly thing, see if there was anyone who had it out for
Azadorel?
yeah, yeah.
I'd say let's look into the death of the tree lady.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so how are you going to go about doing that?
We'll ask if we can be permitted to join the investigation and take a look at the murder scene. Or where she was found, at least. She might have been murdered elsewhere.
Um, he uh the risk I put you all in if I let you into that house makes me feel a little guilty about even considering it. If you go in there, people are going to know that you went in there. And that puts you at tremendous risk in terms of this diplomatically. Don't underestimate people's ability to blame the outsiders for things.
Are you saying if we go into that house, then people are going to say that we killed Adderall?
Probably not, but they might say that you screwed up the investigation, that you tainted the crime scene, that you planted evidence, that you. Uh, this is a tangled political world, and if you really want to, I trust you all, and I will say yes. But I'm a little afraid of the consequences of that action. I could describe what happened to you, or I could show you some drawings, but it's your call.
Is there a way to get in without being seen?
God, I hope not, but I'm
Where
currently having people search the premises for that exact thing.
where was she found?
In her bedroom, on the floor.
And it was in one of the taverns or one of the inns.
No, it was in the estate that she had been staying in.
Whose estate was it? Is it?
Um, so it's actually an estate reserved for visiting dignitaries.
Okay. So yeah, it's a estate belonging to the crown.
Yes,
Right.
the emperor. In fact, she was scheduled to leave today because my brother's family was supposed to move in there. Now I have the additional problem of finding a place where my brother's family can be. And then there's the shitbag who took up a bunch of space as well.
I say we go in there.
I could probably get a couple of us in there. Dirk could probably get in by himself.
I
I
could
can
get
get in
in.
there. I could get in. It's just like remaining unseen the whole time. You gotta make sure that you're, super, super sneaky.
I mean, what do you guys think?
Did it look like she was casting when she was killed?
There was some sort of struggle. Yes, she was essentially boiled alive from the inside.
What?
Keep in mind that Azataro was a tremendously powerful caster. She was somewhere around 500 years old.
I don't understand getting boiled from the inside.
Do you know what she was doing? Was she researching anything specific?
She was supposed to just be here to enjoy the games and the festivities, and then she was supposed to leave tomorrow. She comes every time we do this. She's never missed one. She's a big proponent of peace between the Fey Kingdoms and the Empire. She helps promote trade, she helps promote cultural activities. This is almost certainly a political machination.
Should we talk to the people who found her?
Her servants, you could start there if you'd like.
If we can't get in, at least we can find out if something looked amiss.
I mean, you said that you could like describe things and do a drawing and all that kind of stuff. Is there information that you think you should know? Description of the event?
Excuse me. I am waiting for a Magus of the Empire to come in and cast some seeking spells and use some magical abilities to search the room with. I have had a look myself, but it's clear there was magic used. A lot of it. Nothing else in the room seemed out of place. I don't know how someone got in and did this. I don't know if I don't know how any kind of magical battle could have taken place without every mage in the city feeling the repercussions of that much power being used. This is the wild magic is crazy stuff. Ezra, can you describe to them at all what I'm talking about here?
In terms of sorcerers who utilize wild magic, or just the corruption that we're seeing and the way that that's influencing magic?
The way that sorcerers and the Fae use wild magic. You ought to have been able to feel a massive discharge of wild magic this close, is what I'm getting at.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's innate chaos, like the most pure and distilled chaos imaginable. And I don't know that anyone really knows exactly how it gets channeled through beings, but that's the kind of thing that we're talking about.
I don't use magic, but this is the second weird thing that's happened with magic since we've gotten here.
I think there might actually be more also. But yes.
Like, we know that could something with the ley lines have, she could have been warming up her tea. We saw that fireball get out of control at the opening ceremonies, and he just cast a standard spell. Could something similar have happened to her?
And Alvinius collapsed, remember?
You said it looked like there
We
was
should
a
check
fireball.
Alvinius's insides to make sure they're not boiled as well.
Get them on the table, open them up.
Well, I'm not a doctor, but
I mean, we can always ask her.
That's true.
Gelidus, she's dead.
I know.
Were you
Remember,
with
we
us
already
when?
talked. We talked to a dead person already.
Yeah, I think you were with us when that happened.
If you use this spell, can someone else use it afterwards? A different person?
I believe it is limited to. Hold on one second. Let me find
I
it.
would ask you not to then, because the Imperial Mage is going to want to do that. I've also asked Booker Williams to come consult with me.
Do we know when the Imperial Mage is going to arrive?
Tomorrow with my brother, or either
Tomorrow.
that or late night tonight, sometime between dark tonight and dawn tomorrow.
Is there any chance that the Imperial Mage would let us tag along in there?
Absolutely zero chance of that.
Wouldn't hurt to ask.
Mm, it depends what you mean by
You don't
hurt.
have to.
It
You
won't hurt
said
me, but it might hurt your credibility to ask.
you said there were signs of that there was a struggle.
The state of her body and some marks on her body indicated some sort of struggle. Yes.
Were they like claw marks?
There were some claw marks.
Mm-hmm.
On her body?
Wrists. There was also a mark on her neck, which I can't figure out what it is. I can draw it for you.
Yeah, can you please?
Yeah. He draws basically a ring shape on someone's neck, but then it has like a weird shape on it. And everybody can make a perception check. Everyone rolls a disadvantage except for Ezra.
Dirty 20.
10.
13.
6.
What the heck?
Ezra, your book makes a strange whispering, giggling noise when Skip finishes his drawing.
Cool. What does the drawing look like?
I just described it. He just draws like a neck, and it looks like there's some sort of like band around it, but then there's a weird pattern right over the front of the throat.
Okay.
And Ezra's the only one who heard it giggle, right?
Yeah. The rest of you all see the thing, and you're like, oh, that looks like some sort of weird ass collar thing. Fucked if I know.
Because of the amount of time I've spent reading the book and working on translations, does it appear infernal?
I mean, you can infer that anytime that your book is like, oh, fuck yeah, that means this thing is infernal in some way.
I'll say that to the group. I think that this is infernal.
What happened to her is infernal, or
No,
the
the
marker,
mark is
the marking.
infernal. But also, I mean,
I'm
you
gonna
can
roll
think
for Skip.
about a spell as simple as shape water. Because she was a plant being, the chlorophyll or blood inside of her body might have been close enough to water that a spell as simple as that could have been used to boil her alive.
But she should have been able to counterspell and shred anybody who came after her.
Right. That part you're correct about. So because of it looks like a band, maybe uh something similar to what was used for 4-7. a band was put around her neck that maybe left the mark in her neck that made it so that she couldn't cast. If she was asleep, maybe someone slipped it on her while she was asleep.
Something that silenced her.
Yeah. And blocked her from casting.
Yeah, but would she have had to cast first in order for the magic to go wild?
How?
She could have been casting anything.
Yeah, and then okay, suppose this is Skip. Suppose it was some sort of thing that made her silenced and unable to cast. She still could have done spells that didn't require a vocal component, or and suppose it completely cut off her magical ability. She had weapons in the room. She could have made any sort of noise. There was reports of no noise whatsoever. It was completely silent. And the only other person in the house besides the servants was, come on, Elisar, who stayed with her almost every year.
And Skip, you said she was really powerful, right?
Yeah.
So it's unlikely she didn't have contingency spells to protect herself.
That's yes. So I just don't know how it all how did they make no noise at all? Look, Elisar is a formidable warrior. If he had heard anything, he definitely would have helped.
And something
Unless
like
she
a
got pulled
silence
into a
spell.
different plane.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna make another roll. Oh, Skip is rolling like shit tonight. Never mind. Sorry.
Did any
Okay.
of us have a way to detect whether maybe a doorway was opened?
The Imperial Magus will. Is that a thing I should
Dirk
tell him to look for?
Dirk might be able to know. Although I think they need to be currently open.
Mm-hmm. I can check anyways.
I mean,
How far away is the house from where we are now?
It's a ways.
Yes.
You can go back to the outside of the house. But before you do, talk to Skip about anything you want to talk to Skip about before you leave, because once you leave, he's going to be busy.
yeah, if the Imperial Wizard is going to just, use the spell Speak with Dead, or if they've got somebody who's going to do that, I can't do it because it's, if we do it now, they'll know that it's been cast, and they won't be able to use it again for 10 days. Unless we just don't care.
I think you're onto something with the idea that she might have been taken elsewhere, and maybe that's why it was so quiet. We know that a lot of people have been suddenly disappearing. It's just that those were all kids.
Well, and Barley's, wasn't it Barley's uncle or
His
something? Same thing
dad.
happened to him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay, plot! My plot was remembered. Yay!
Were there any signs? What other signs of disturbance other than the signs on her body? Were there any other signs of disturbance at all in the room?
Negative.
That was one of the big signs with Malt.
Oop.
Was the way that the windows had been sucked inward and exploded inward.
Mhm.
And Barley's dad was pulled in. There was an object, right? That had
Yeah.
that was in the room that wasn't originally theirs.
There were a couple things that kind of got left behind.
I mean,
There
I
was,
say it's worth. I say it's worth looking into.
yeah. I mean, it's better for. I think it's yeah. Let's. Who cares? Trouble's going to follow us anyway. So
But real quick, the magus person is gonna do a detect who was in this room.
speak with dead.
He will.
No, that
They'll have a host of spells at their disposal, and they will be
Yeah,
casting a lot of them.
just checking.
I mean, they may have spells that allow them to see who was in the room. I don't know.
Yeah, somebody just mentioned that earlier. I just wanted to confirm.
Maybe a crystal ball or something like that.
Okay, team. What say you?
I think we go check it out now before more people have had a chance to get in and out of that room,
You
and
want?
then we try to be there when the magus does the investigation as well.
You want?
Are we saying this
Yeah,
in
you want
Skip's
official
presence?
clearance?
I think we want Skip's clearance.
Well, yeah, I think if Skip tells the magus that we were in there, then at least he won't think we had anything to do with it.
No, they may still throw some words at us or something like that, saying that we screwed something up or, whatever. But we're also experts on this.
Do we want to talk to the servants first?
Now we could do that.
The servants have not been allowed to leave the house, so you'll do that there.
And
Yeah,
I mean,
we can
everyone is
go.
saying that they heard nothing, and her servants found her this morning.
Yes. No, they found her. Was it this morning or last night? I can't remember what time of day it was that I said it was, but yeah, it was. They found her soon when they should have, basically.
None of the rest of us have a fight today. Is the magic competition actually on hold at the moment?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I I guess we could wait until the magus arrives and try to sit in on his session. Or we can go hang out with the actors. I'd like a chance to, without touching anything, examine the room and examine Zadarel's body. But that's me.
I'd like that
That's my
chance
vote.
too. Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
I'd like a drink.
This
There's
is
got to be
Barley's
beer
surprise face.
between here and there.
All right. It's still, mid to late morning, but when you get over there, I'm gonna adjust. Yay! I'm gonna adjust the map here so you can see where we are, give or take. So this is the building itself. The entrance is not next to the road here. This is actually wall and wall and wall, and the entrance is on this side. This is actually a 12-foot wall. It's a pretty high wall next to the road. So this estate right here is where Vicken is staying. It's also a private estate, and this is the imperial estates. So these are quite large houses, as you can see, based on the size they are compared to the castle here. Um, and so, if you want to go, the entrance is over here. There are soldiers posted out front. There are soldiers posted on the side. There are soldiers posted out rear. There are soldiers peeking from windows. There are two soldiers on the roofs. There's a lot of soldiers. They scowl at you.
Hello, we have clearance from the governor to join the investigation.
Skip gave you clearance?
Yes, here's our documentation.
The High Magus
Well,
is not going to like this, but it's your balls. Go for it.
thanks. Should we ask the servants first, folks?
As the door is opened for you, the first thing that you see when you walk in is a greeting room, and there are two servants sitting at a table looking bored, depressed, and terrified all at the same time. And they look up at you with kind of wide eyes. These are fey creatures.
Do they look? Well, it doesn't matter. Um, Ezra will. Is there a seat available nearby?
Yeah, all six of you trundle in, and their faces are like they kind of shrink back in their chairs. Um, Especially when like Owen and Dirk and Zerwin roll in because they're kind of all big and intimidating. And but yeah, there's other chairs in the room.
What's Skip's full name again?
Oh, you bastard! Hold on.
Well, I mean, I don't think he wants to go by Governor Skip. He's not. He's not in charge of a cruise ship.
He probably doesn't want to go by governor or anything. He probably wants to be called Skip.
Well, he's not here though. Gotta flash the badge a little bit. Try to reassure people. Show some ethos.
Cornelius Skip Publio.
Ezra will.
Can you please write that down so I don't have to find it again next time?
Yeah, it's the Publian Empire. I should have remembered. I'm
If
sorry.
only we had an NPCs channel.
He's in
talk-
it.
Why? Why even have GM if I'm just gonna scroll through things? Uh,
Minus 50 DKP.
Yep.
All right.
Um,
God, that's
an
a joke that
anonymous
nobody gets anymore.
dolphin is adding that to the notes. Ezra will put on a warm smile and walk confidently over to the servants and say, "Good day. We're here on behalf of Governor Publio. We're joining the investigation. Uh, we we want to get to the bottom of what happened to Queen Zadorel, right? She's a queen. And we're hoping to speak to you about anything that might have seemed out of the ordinary leading up to you finding her."
You're speaking to the fake creatures?
Yes, directly to them.
Okay.
Before they
When did
answer,
you?
I'm going to
Go ahead.
cast Zone of Truth on the table. So everybody in the room has to make a charisma saving throw. Because
Gonna
If
I
they
can't.
want to lie.
Good honest table.
Well, no. So the Zone of Truth, when it goes off, everybody that's within a 15-foot radius of the table has to make a charisma check. If they pass, I'm aware of whether they pass or fail. If they pass, they can lie. If they fail, they cannot lie as long as they're within that zone.
The one on the right passed, the one on the left failed. That's a very good roll.
I failed, Gelidus.
I know.
As did I.
I didn't fail. I failed.
Yes, you did.
Ezra shoots a glance at Gelidus. Oh, Gelidus, you failed too, huh?
Yep.
Uh,
Okay, so the only one that can lie in this room right now is that one, and I point to the creature on the right.
Wait, does that mean they can they still lie? We just know it, or it means they physically cannot lie?
So
They-
they can be evasive, but they have to speak the truth
the one
as they
who
know it.
failed. Everyone who failed.
Yeah, everyone who failed.
My guess is that the one who passed, you know that they can lie, but you don't know if anything they say is a lie.
Correct.
Me?
Does that make sense?
I'm not a liar. I'd never lie.
It's a good start. Now can you tell us when you found poor Queen Zadarel?
She found her. The one on the right
I asked
points to the one on the left.
the one on the left. Did you find her?
Yeah.
When was that?
It was when I went in to check as I do as I'm told to on the 6
Last
hour.
night or okay. Can you tell us what time that is? Or was rather?
She said on the 6 hour.
6 a.m.
Yeah.
All right. Within the last 24 hours leading up to that, did either of you notice anything strange, anything out of the ordinary? And if so, please share.
No. No.
Do you usually stay at this estate uh when you visit uh Journal Hall?
Which one are you asking? Are you asking both of them?
Yeah,
We've never been here before.
this is the first time that the games have been held here.
It's the first time that we've been here.
Okay. Did you find that the staff of the estate were helpful and provided for every need that the queen had?
There is no staff to the estate. We are the staff while the queen is here. The imperial lords bring their own staff with them.
Okay.
There were some guards here.
Yeah. What struck you most about when you found Queen Zadarel's body?
She was
What was the first
dead.
thing? Okay.
She had
Anything specific about the state of the room? Go ahead. You were saying.
she had some marks on her. I bent over and I cupped her face and I thought, I don't know, maybe she was okay. Uh, it's silly to look back on now, but I thought I could wake her up.
And she was laying on the floor when you found her?
Yeah, kind of sprawled, like funny. And
What
she
was
did,
funny about it?
it wasn't natural. It wasn't a natural pose.
Okay.
And her skin looked different.
Did Queen Zadarel um have did she have a tendency to cast any spells either at the beginning or end of her day?
I don't know. I,
You
I
know, go ahead.
maybe she was very good with magic, and I didn't pay attention. I had no reason to. She took care of me more than I took care of her.
Okay. Um, do you happen to know if she had anything in her possession that might have protected her from magical attacks?
I don't know. I don't know. She did like to change her flowers before bed.
What where did she find them or collect them?
Oh no, she grew them in her
Using her
hair.
magic?
Yeah, they were a different kind of flowers, but the kind of flowers she had on when we found her were still her awake flowers.
Okay. What's the difference between her awake flowers and her asleep flowers?
The awake flowers are yellow.
And the asleep flowers?
Oh, they're white,
And the ones when you found her were yellow. Okay.
like dandelions.
Um,
So you think that maybe she didn't have a chance to switch from yesterday's yellow flowers?
Maybe.
No.
did the
Hey, did
queen
she have?
have any? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Did she have any friends, any acquaintances, anybody that visited with her, anybody that she was close to? I mean, she must have interacted with people who weren't just, don't take this the wrong way, her servants or her help.
Elisar is her friend. Yeah, it's true. They've been friends for a long time, and they only get to
Mhm.
see each other during the games, so they spent most of the day yesterday together and most of the evening also.
That was Sar. Cool. And anybody else? No, just like, do you guys travel with anybody who's a friend of hers or anything?
No, she likes Skip quite a bit. They've been
Mm-hmm.
friends. She liked Chuckles. I think she went to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she doesn't like Bundo, but she does have a working relationship with him. I think she spoke to him yesterday.
Had she recently complained of any enemies, anyone who might be trying to hurt her, or again, anything
Who could
that
be
seemed out of
enemies
the
with the
ordinary?
queen? She was so nice.
What does the other one say?
The other one just shakes her head. No,
Is Elisar still here on the estate too? That's a question for you, Bill.
you don't know.
Okay. I'll ask the servants, is Elisar still here on the estate?
Yes, they won't let him leave. He's
Okay.
getting pretty angry about it too.
It's hard to be confined. Is there anything that you need to make things easier for you?
We need to bring our queen home.
There's someone from the Empire who's coming to help out with the investigation, and my hope is that things would move pretty quickly within the next 24 hours, and hopefully you'll be able to leave.
They look at each other kind of like, we're afraid of the Imperial Magus. He's scary. Please don't let him
You've
hurt
met
us.
You've met him before?
No, but he's legendary. He's a terrifying figure. Please tell him we didn't do anything. It wasn't us. Please, will you tell him that, please? It wasn't us. He'll know, won't he? He'll know it wasn't us.
Let's just we're in the cone of truth. Did either one of you have anything to do with Queen Zadarel's death?
No. No!
All right, we'll do what we can to help you. Anyone else have any questions for these folks?
I did not.
You know, I'm not an investigative genius, so
Let these ones be.
Zerwin, what's your favorite kind of ale?
A full one?
Wise choice.
Not my buttons!
Dirk, are the vampire space ducks, were those real?
Not my gumdrop
Yeah.
buttons! You monster!
Can I do a perception check to see if there's any alcohol in the room?
This is about what Dirk believes, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What'd you
Dirk,
say? Any alcohol in the room?
Yeah, I had a critical failure.
There is a decanter that looks like it should have some wine left in the bottom. You got a critical failure?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a decanter over there. Should have some wine in it. You want to go check it out?
I go pick it up, sniff it, and drink it.
When you
It's
sniff
not
it, it
like
smells
this.
funny. Or like, this doesn't smell like the kind of thing it's supposed to smell like. But down the hatch it
Somebody piss
goes. And
Somebody
when you
piss in
pound
there.
it down, it seems to be some sort of like plant food. And I am going to give you a fun effect. Zerwin's beautiful, luscious purple hair turns dark green.
But you get this for a crit failure?
Well, the crit failure was to think that he could drink the stuff that was in the bottle.
Dirk, who's your
Yeah,
favorite
good.
one of our
I think it's
friends?
awesome. Ah, barley.
Jana, have you ever thought about killing any of us?
I'm leaving this room now. By the way,
Wait.
just so everybody knows, I'm leaving.
Do I notice that my hair turns green? I probably don't, right?
No, everyone else does though. And Janet, you're muted.
As soon as I get outside of the cone, I go, Zerwin, your hair looks great.
Do I have do I need to mark something in my character sheet that I have this effect?
Nah.
Okay.
Sounds like Jana pleased the fifth.
Thanks, Dirk.
Oh no, I said yes.
Good.
I've definitely thought about killing people
All
in
right.
this party.
Let's get can we get Elisar into the cone? How long does the
I can go
cone
try to get
last?
him.
10 minutes.
Oh, we gotta hurry.
I can cast it again.
Yeah, let's go get him. Where is he? I'll go get him.
You don't have to. He
Oh.
comes striding down the stairs, his blonde hair blowing behind him,
Oh.
even though there's no wind. Look at how goddamn beautiful he is. It's painful to
He's
look at.
walking in slow motion at full speed. I hate it.
Yeah. it's like some faint, like, elven music playing in the background. He's not carrying
It's
a
like,
sword or a bow.
where is that light source? I can't locate it.
That's correct. Yeah, all that's correct.
Right.
Bill, where is Elisar from again?
You don't know. Not from here.
Okay.
I've heard you were looking for me. I just heard your voices, to be honest with you. Although he takes a step inside the room, and oh god, Yeah, he's gonna total a 23 on his charisma roll.
Yeah, he's fine then. I lean over to Ezra. Not affected.
What? I couldn't hear you. I assume you just told me that he can lie.
Yeah, he's not affected.
Okay. Mr. Elisar, we joined the investigation and we were hoping to ask you a few questions about your time with the Queen yesterday.
I have a few questions for you too, like who are you and why are you here?
Well,
I'm Dirk.
Dirk.
Ezra introduces the group. We are working for the governor, Governor Publio. We're joining the investigation. Here's our credentials.
Skip signed these?
Yes.
I'm gonna drop the zone of truth since he's unaffected.
All right. Skip trusts you, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Go on.
Did the lady bring up anything strange in conversation yesterday? Anything about maybe feeling followed or having an enemy or anything like that?
No, nothing like that. We had a good day. You see a tear roll down his cheek. We talked about our families and our hopes and dreams and caught up.
What was the
Does,
nature of your relationship?
um, Good friends. We've been friends for 300 years, give or take.
does the Queen have children?
She does. She has one child and several grandchildren. Her headstrong daughter married a mortal man, and they had half-fey children. He died. Kids are still alive.
You must have noticed that at the opening ceremonies, the something strange happened with the torch.
I did.
Did you or the Queen talk? Did the Queen talk to you at all about that, or did you have any suspicions about what that might have meant?
I suspect that she was investigating it, but even if I knew more, which I don't, I couldn't tell you because that would be international espionage.
What an interesting thing to say. All right. Anyone else have? Go on.
There are certain things that I cannot answer about who she was and what she talked about. She was a sovereign and she has privacy rights.
Anyone else have questions for Mr. Elisar? His lordship? Are you a baron? King? Lord?
No, I'm rather unimportant to where I'm from.
Me too. All right. Thank you. We're very sorry for your loss, and we're gonna work to try to bring whoever's responsible to justice.
So am I. And I have a long time to find out who did it.
We're in a little bit of a hurry about it, but okay.
I think I'll be
Let's go.
staying in the Empire for a while. I
Good.
have no reason to go home until I find out what happened to my friend,
Where is home?
where the heart is.
Well, are you from the Fey Kingdom, the Wilds,
I'm from the Faerun.
the Faerun, so the mainland?
Yes.
Okay. A few of us, I think, are from there too. Not me. All right.
If you were gonna start this 200-year investigation yourself right now, what would be the first thing you would do?
I would let me out of here so that I could start questioning people in the city.
Good. Okay, what would be the second thing that you would do?
The first thing I'm concerned about is how someone got in and out of this house completely silently. I have very good hearing. I was
Hmm.
awake most of the night. I have exceptional senses, and I have spent a lifetime traveling through dangerous places, and I'm an incredibly light sleeper. Somehow, someone got through not only all of my physical perceptions, but whatever magical defenses she probably put up. Although, to be fair, both of us feel safer here than most places. Um, my first line of inquiry is how could that even have happened?
Who would you ask?
There's probably a town wizard or mage. I would probably start picking the threads of how, if some sort of big spike of magic was detected last night, if there's a way you could find out, if there was some sort of spells you could cast. I have very limited magical abilities. That's the
Sorry to
one
hear that.
drawback. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Alisar. Ezra's gonna huddle up with the group and said, "I think that maybe we should take a peek at the quarters."
Sure.
Sounds
All
good to
right.
me.
Off to the bedroom.
This is where the magic happens.
Okay.
Remember
So,
MTV Cribs? You remember MTV Cribs? You know what I'm talking about.
I definitely don't. But
Yeah, I'm just having Elsa and I are hanging out over here.
yeah. Um, this is what she looks like. Um, her eyes are no longer glowing green; they are dull and lifeless. And also, her skin, instead of being a sort of like healthy golden wood color, is now gray, washed out, faded. All the leaves have fallen off of her vines, and the flowers have withered and died.
All of the flowers are yellow,
They
although they're
looks like
withering.
it looks like they were yellow. Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna ask Owen to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Okay. Um, well, as per the description of that spell, he does detect nearby Fae.
And is there a place or object within 30 feet that have been magically consecrated or desecrated?
Um, no.
Okay. And no fiend or undead or anything like that.
Nope.
All right, we're gonna cycle through and ask him to cast Detect Magic.
Um, yeah. There is a magical aura hanging about this place still. Um, I believe there are two magical items in the room. Yes, there are two magical items in the room.
Hey, Owen, what are those magical items?
He walks over to the desk and he pulls out a ring. It's a simple wooden ring. Um, and then he kind of like looks around and like finds a notepad and pen, like a
Mm.
yeah, it's like a paper and a quill and pen.
Nothing written on the page.
Nope.
Is it just one page?
It is.
Okay. If I kind of tilt it and hold it in the light, can I see where maybe
No.
there's marks from where the quill was on it? Okay. Well, that's she probably would have been wearing the ring if she'd been awake. So the idea that maybe she was taken somewhere else and then killed and then brought back, I think that feels increasingly likely to me. I'm gonna take a look at the marks on her wrist and neck without touching her, if possible.
Sure. Um, there are some claw marks. It's exactly as Skip described.
Do they look like they're from her own hands?
No, her hands still have gloves on them.
Okay. Nothing else about the mark though. Like does it look like she was almost like choked by whatever was around her neck?
I don't know how you'd tell that exactly. I mean, it certainly was a tight fit, whatever it was.
Okay.
Your book is fairly gibbering at this point.
And is it just us in the room, or did the guards come with us?
No, there's no guards in this area.
Gelidus looks at his amulet to see if it's glowing.
No, he doesn't.
Not my amulet.
Ezra looks at Gelidus's amulet that is Zerwin's, but Gelidus is wearing it. Zerwin, didn't you give it to somebody?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Jana.
I'm wearing it.
Jana, hey, Jana, are you wearing that amulet?
Oh, yeah. Is it glowing?
It is not.
Those infernal folks are getting smarter. Wait, is it infernal or is it fiendish? Anyway,
You gonna speak to the dead, Gelidus?
I'm gonna take the book out. I'm
Okay.
gonna have a nice little conversation with my book.
Okay.
Can we hear it giggling as he pulls it out?
Yeah, now that he pulls it out, it's like
Oh boy.
Right, clearly you have something on your mind.
This is why I never learned how to read.
What do you have to say?
Go ahead, open up. Go ahead, open.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I'll open it.
you open it to what seems like a random page, but in fact, it's a page about charms and tools and magical items, and it's sort of like flip, and then it opens to this thing called um, it's called it's just called the gag, but when you look at it, it's like a necklace that clasps, and when you put it, if you can manage to get it on someone, which is tricky, um, if you can manage to get it on someone, it completely silences them, and also has the effect of lowering their caster level X amount of levels. It's a it's an infernal artifact. The gag.
Well, I got you here. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
Hungry.
Oh, I don't know if there's anything I can do about that in the very near future. Wait, what? You were
You
saying
should
something? Tell me
you
what?
should you should You should cast more spells on her. Something. You'll find something. I know you'll find something.
I don't think I'll be doing that, but we might as a group. I'll get back to you. All right?
Her soul's gone. Can't eat it. Not here. Dead body. But the magic, I can sip some of the magic. Just a tiny, tiny taste.
Her magic?
Maybe magic.
I don't know that I have anything that would be useful for that to help you get it. Ezra's like really trying to whisper because he knows this is deeply uncomfortable for everyone else.
Come on, ask the Kender, ask the Kender, ask the Kender. Speak with the dead, speak with the dead, speak with the dead.
I think we have to wait and
No.
do that later.
No, try it. Try it. Try it.
No, I'm
Just
a good
try
boy.
it. Tell
No,
him I said to try it. You won't regret it. You won't regret it.
Did he just say he
no.
was a good boy?
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna regret it a lot.
No. You'll regret it a little bit, but you'll be much happier that you know.
I don't think that's.
They're gonna blame you for it anyway.
They're gonna what?
Nothing.
All right. Thanks for your help. Ezra closes the book and stows it. The book has a really bad idea, which is that we should use Speak with Dead now.
Do you
being
like
a-
hold it closed?
I close it and put it in my pack.
Okay. You guys can all hear it mumbling now. It's way louder than normal.
Yeah, it's getting louder.
Did we hear that whole conversation, or is the talking like
When it talks to
telepathic?
Ezra, it's in his head. Like that's why I give you guys a chance to hear it otherwise.
What's it saying, Ezra?
It said that her well, first off, I saw that the necklace basically somebody got a charmed clasp around her neck, called the gag, which silenced her and lowered her caster level. The book says that her soul is gone, but there's a little bit of residual magic, and the book was very encouraging about using a spell to speak with her now. I think we should wait
Where's
and do it
Gelidus? Where's Gelidus?
with the magus.
I'm here.
Being of sound mind and sound body, I think we should wait. But I mean,
Why do we want to wait?
because we
I
don't
mean,
want
other
to
than
get
the
in
fact,
too much trouble, just a little bit of trouble.
all right, did we jump in with 2 feet already?
I think we sort of have 1 foot over the line, touching a toe.
What does everyone think?
Zerwin, what do you think?
I don't like that fucking book. I'll tell you that.
Me neither. Glad we're on the same page about that.
But the book thinks that we should speak with dead right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And why was that? Like,
the book wants to get a sip of the magic.
Well, don't then.
What?
Don't.
Yeah.
what kind of magic does it need to be? Could it be a different spell?
What do you have in mind? The book seemed to indicate cast. I mean, the book specified speak with dead and specified you, Gelidus. But I don't have anything that would be useful in this situation. I don't think I could turn her into a mouse, but she would still be dead.
Well, I mean, either way, she's still dead, even if we're talking to her.
I could
Yeah.
turn her into a dead mouse, so we got that going for us.
Yeah, maybe we could get some. It'd be nice to have some EDM going.
Well, why don't you pull the book out and we can ask him if it has to be speak with dead? Because if it can be a spell that isn't going to interfere with somebody else.
What do you mean?
What?
Well, so speak with dead. If I cast it, when the Archmage comes to cast it tomorrow, or if they bring a cleric or whoever can cast that spell, if they try to use it, it will automatically fail, and they'll know somebody spoke with the body.
Yeah.
But does it have to be speak with dead? Did the
What
book specify like what kind of magic or what state the body needed
Wait,
to be
why
in?
are we trying to appease the book?
the book said speak with dead, but what other spells do you have that could work? I mean, could we try to raise her from the dead?
Yeah, I don't keep that one memorized.
Wait, are we saying that the book is giving us sound advice? Is that what we're saying? I don't understand.
What about
Oh, I have no idea if it's sound advice, but
as returns to Owen? What do you got? Owen has revivify. But that wouldn't work
won't
because
work.
it's been too long.
Yep, I have it. I have it as well.
Okay. Well, I got excited because I didn't know.
I mean, I could banish the body and send it to a different plane
I would send it
momentarily.
home, which would probably be really alarming to anyone there.
You also don't know how that's going to work at the convergence of 3 different planes.
That's true. I mean, I got nothing
Owen,
else. Really,
yeah,
speak
Owen
with dead
doesn't
is
look.
the only one's going to directly affect without sending the body somewhere.
Dirk, do you have any spells that would do anything interesting?
I'm not going to cast any spells to feed the book and upset the magic plane before the mage gets here. I don't understand this conversation.
I'm not saying that we're going to. I'm just curious about what you have. What could you bring to this hypothetical table?
Yeah, I'll cast Detect Thoughts. See what happens.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry. Listen, we're just brainstorming. I'm gonna look around the
I could
room.
summon a fae or do protection from evil and good. I would step into the ethereal realm, except that never seems to work out.
Can you
It
can you
worked
do
with the
your
dragon.
portal? Can you do your portal sense?
Would you like me to rage?
Yeah. You want to fly into a rage? Would that feed your book?
Can you
Oh,
use
I
your
know.
portal sense? Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. Where did my detect portal go?
What, Galos, what were you saying? Do you want to use orrery?
Well, here, watch. He reaches into a pocket, pulls out a dice set that came from the tavern that we've been staying at,
Okay.
rolls them, and then casts divination.
I knew this was coming. Okay. What are you asking?
What is the? Let's see. Yes, a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
I actually like this spell.
It's pretty useful, I think.
Yeah, plus I've given you a bunch of interesting answers so far.
So we want to know. Do we want to know about the book and what it wants, or do we just want to know whether we're going to get in trouble if we cast the Speak with Dead spell?
I'll tell you what. I mean, we maybe should have even talked about this a little bit more before you cast the spell. Um, but I mean, right now we're here to look for clues that are gonna lead us to more information, right? There is a big clue that we know we could use to get some information. Um, but that's not what I want to ask about. I'm curious if there's anything else in the room that we could get information from that isn't the queen's body.
I'm going to ask: is casting Speak with Dead on this body at this moment the best course of action to achieve our goals?
The best course. The best course of action is a little tricky. The dice all roll high, which seems to be an affirmative.
The gods say yes. Do you have the 3 questions that you want to ask the body?
Don't we get 5?
3. 5. No, 3, sire. 3.
I
Let me check. I don't know off the top of my head.
I want to pause for a second, just say out of game that unfortunately we've come to this on a night that I'm really eager to stir the pot and cause problems and just get information however we possibly can.
I like how
Do it.
long you tried to fight it for, though. That was a
If
valiant attempt.
if anybody is really against us doing this right now, it would be a great time to speak.
Fuck it, we ride.
5 questions.
All right.
Fuck it, we
let's-
ride.
Before we cast the spell, let's discuss the questions. Tell me you have not cast the spell already.
I have not cast the spell.
Okay, good. So we can talk in questions
He
without
puts
it.
his hands in the pocket where they were making spell symbols.
We're gonna want to ask if she was taken somewhere else or was killed somewhere else. Something along the lines of, was she killed in this room? Was she brought somewhere else? Who killed her? Things like that. Owen's detect magic didn't detect any magic on Zadarel's body.
No.
Okay. I mean, what should we ask first? Who killed you? All right.
Are you asking the stream what you should ask first?
No, I was hoping to ask my friends who are here and present.
Are they
and,
here? Can I see them? Who's friends?
I mean, if the stream has any bright ideas, I saw who killed you is going to be one where you brought.
How did you die? Like, what
No.
killed you?
I mean, we know how she died. Her blood got boiled. Her plant
I
blood.
feel like there might be more contextual information potentially provided. You know, like if Dracula sucks your blood out, exsanguination could be the official cause of death, but you still might find out that it was Dracula.
You're gonna see that.
Good use of exsanguination, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was hoping someone would acknowledge that.
Bill, I'm going to investigate the room before we do anything else. I'm looking for anything that seems strange or out of place.
Sure, let's see your
Ezra,
roll.
do you have higher investigation than I do?
No, almost certainly not. What do you have?
I have +6.
Jana, do you mind doing an
Can I run an
investigation of the room,
investigation?
and I'm going to help you. I'm providing the help action so you can roll twice and do the whole advantage thing.
Okay.
What are you looking for, Jana?
I'm looking for any information about the Queen's death.
Well, anything that seems strange or out of place.
Anything that seems strange or out of place.
You mean like this dead wood lady?
Damn it. Zerwin, that was gonna be the answer.
Oh, this whole place seems fucking weird to me. Gotta drop the drink.
Right here. Um.
That was a natural 20, Bill.
It was.
Don't even roll the second one. This is 26 total.
Ugh, shit. All right. She was definitely dropped from about ceiling height, hit the bed, and then fell on the floor in the position that she's in.
And that boiled her blood?
I didn't say anything about that. I just described a thing that happened, and with a nat 20, she was good enough to pick that up.
Is the bed unmade as if she was sleeping in it?
No, but it's disheveled.
Wait, disheveled like a corpse fell on it, or
Yeah,
disheveled like
disheveled like a corpse fell on it.
Okay,
Absolutely.
not disheveled like someone was sitting in it and then got up.
Not disheveled like someone was having sex in this bed. Like, like
That wasn't.
a corpse fell on it. A corpse. I mean, I don't know how to be any clearer than I have been. A corpse fell from the ceiling, landed on the bed, and then hit the floor.
Is it a corpse if it's like
If she was in
sleep?
the bed before she got out of the bed to be dropped on it as a corpse.
No.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Are there any windows in this room?
Yeah.
Cool. How tall is the ceiling?
Probably 12 feet.
Oh man, I can barely even see that far. What kind of bed is it? Like a four-poster bed? Is it exciting, grandiose?
It's actually a 11 poster bed. There's posters
That's,
everywhere. It's
yeah.
actually made of posters, and
How
they're
they
all
and they're all
Titanic
boy
posters.
bands? Oh, even better.
No, it's just it's a nice bed. It's a big bed. Feather bed. It's a large feather bed made of wood and
You mentioned that
feathers.
there's a desk. I'm guessing nightstands, dressers, things
Yep.
like, all
Yeah.
of the normal accoutrement.
Yep.
Well, Gelidus, did you hear the thing about the investigation check?
I did not.
So Jana really slayed an investigation check, and we learned that uh, the queen was dropped from about the height of the ceiling and fell, like, hit the bed and then landed on the floor in the position she's in now. I think we may have also surmised that she was dead at that time.
So she was already dead before she was dropped?
I think so. I'm making a that seems to be the indication.
A bed hit the corpse hit the bed and then the ground.
But she wasn't asleep in the bed.
Well, I mean, I'm still of the opinion that something grabbed her and pulled her into a different plane,
Yeah.
and then probably chucked her out once it was done.
Yeah.
Shall we talk to her?
Can we come up with the 5 questions first?
That
We
was
know how.
Go ahead.
Can we try to plan ahead?
Do we know how high tree people can jump?
I think they
Should we ask her?
Yes, that's definitely something you should ask her. That's definitely something you should ask her.
you missed a an opportunity to combine those two words and just say treeple.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So something along the lines of who killed you would be a good first question, maybe.
Where were you before you died?
Where were you when you died? Or before? Well, because before is vague.
Just before you died?
Okay.
In the moments before you died.
Um. Other
Look,
questions?
can I just do something? I will make an exception this one time and allow you to talk about the questions that you want to ask without risking anything as you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the anxiety probably is not all that entertaining to anyone who might be watching.
Well, it's not just that, but continue.
All right.
All right. I
If
will
let's
cast
do this. Yeah,
Speak with Dead.
let's make a
You
mess.
can't cast Speak with Dead.
Duh.
Someone has
Does it just
already cast
automatically
it.
fail?
I'm really upset at you.
So we have an issue here, guys. Somebody's already spoken to them via this method.
We should ask who it was.
Who we just spent all this time on the questions?
Who?
Yeah, we should
Okay.
put that on the list.
Did they ask? Did they ask all 5 questions? Maybe they left one.
He might be right.
God damn it.
Why don't you ask it a
Okay.
question, Zerwin?
How high can tree people jump?
God damn it.
Yeah, do you have to? You could still ask the questions.
Well, no, because the
She didn't say
spell can
anything.
only it can only be cast once every 10 days on the same target.
Yeah, I'm
So
just saying you could still ask the
Do you have
questions.
anything that could preserve the body, Calidus, so that, when we're long dead in 10 days, somebody else can cast the spell?
Are you gonna? You should answer the question. Just to. There was one question, but
So we're definitely going to get framed for this, right?
They're gonna
Big time.
say that we did it. They're gonna say we did it. So yep. Once again, got
I'm
our
glad we
hand
wasted a lot of time
stuck in the
after
cookie jar.
we need to go talk to what's his name? He's been here the entire time, right?
LSR?
Yeah, the friend.
Yeah. But he doesn't have any magical abilities. Or
Well,
not
that's what he says,
many.
right?
he also
No.
doesn't seem to like us.
Yeah, but if we tell them that somebody has
Yeah, but
already
have you
spoken
met
to her
us?
dead body,
Also, the more people that have been in this room, the less of a chance we're the ones who get framed.
to Blave.
Just bring Alazar in here just to muddy the waters a little bit.
yep.
Look at the way you're holding that glass of wine.
He's
Like,
they this is
like
a
you're an
was a very
evil,
close friend of his.
you're an
They've
evil
known each
boss.
other for 300 years. I don't want to make him come in and look at the body in the state that it's in.
You don't think he wants to?
No.
He seems like a real I want to see my dead friend kind of guy to me.
Oh my god, I
What
don't.
are those people like? Do they look different?
Literally Alazar.
Can we go spend time with the actors?
It's LSR, but very close. You did better than a lot of people did.
That's what I said.
That's totally what you said. Oh man, that whole thing was so great for me. That was just, oh man. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
Ezra, do you
Disappointed.
Yeah.
do you have anything that can tell us who maybe cast it?
Who?
I don't know, like divining. Can't you like look into a crystal ball and see who was here?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I really don't think I do. I'll tell you what. Okay. I've been doing this you guys have maybe noticed. I've been doing this meditation thing.
Wait. Sorry. No. Are you being sincere?
Did you just interrupt the meditation talk? I feel like
Yeah.
that's really anti-Kyle and
I've been
anti-Dirk.
trying to get in touch with the ley lines, and like it's helped me to kind of observe some magical effects. Like I could tell that there was a pool of the corrupted magic on Alvinius. Let me do that. Ezra's gonna he's gonna go crisscross applesauce. He's gonna close his eyes and meditate, and he's gonna try really hard to focus on the magical energy of the queen and
Okay,
see
while
if
he's doing that, are there any plants in this room?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Speak with Plants.
You have speak with plants?
Yeah, I have Speak with Plants.
why the fuck did we wait this long?
I don't know
I'm
what I
livid.
have.
I'm livid at you right now.
Yeah, but we had that whole thing where you couldn't cast Speak with Dead. All right,
Oh,
I'm gonna
oh,
use Speak.
I gotta look up speak with plants real quick.
It's gonna be just like speak with animals.
Yeah, you imbue plants within 30 feet with you with your limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple commands. You can question plants about events in the spell's area within the past day, gaining information about creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances.
That seems incredibly useful in this situation.
And it took us like literally an hour to get here.
What's going to be the best
Sorry,
part
guys,
about
I forgot that I could talk to plants. I cast Speak with Plants.
it is we find out we're 5 minutes over the 24-hour limit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
Wait. I think I have to choose a specific plant to
Yeah.
speak to.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
So
guys.
No, it
I
says
do.
plants within 30 feet, and the target is self.
yeah,
Like
you're
it gives
speaking with
you the
plants.
ability. Yeah, it gives you the ability to
Talk
speak
to
with
any of these
all of the
plants.
plants.
So the trick
All
is
right.
that no one else can hear them or communicate with them except for you. So they all get to hear
Yeah.
what you say, and the plants will hear what you say, just like the animals, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there are. It looks like there are some plants that are normally here, right? There's like a one on the wall, like a crawling vine thingy, and then there's like a potted plant. Um, but then there's a bunch of plants that looks like she brought with her.
Yeah.
And
I'm
like,
going to talk to those first.
okay,
I'm
there's like a
gonna mute Bill for the actual dramatic effect here. Bill, maybe give us a big wave because I can't hear you now.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's doing his little shop of horrors over there.
Oh,
Hello.
I was gonna do it too. I was gonna do the voice. Feed me, Seymour.
Seymour.
Um, okay. All right. Yes. So you're gonna talk to the little plants on her desk first.
Yes.
Okay. Hello.
Uh,
Hi.
hello.
Hey.
Hello. We
Hello.
are. We are.
I'm so glad to
Boy,
talk to you.
you seem really happy and joyful.
Hey.
That's good. I just wanted to check in real quick about our mutual friend who has passed. Do you know? Did you see what happened here?
Yay. Yeah. There's like a dozen of them, and they're all like, they form like this little bizarre chorus when they talk, and it's sing-songy. They're like,
Are you gonna make speaking to plants out of game? Are you gonna make speaking to plants completely impossible in some sort of like weird, we're a bunch of weirdo voices ways?
no, impossible? No. Impractical? Absolutely.
Dirk, what are the plants
Oh,
saying?
yay! She is.
Okay,
So
this
she disappeared. Ah,
she
bye,
disappeared.
mama, bye, bye, mama.
They're
We
saying she
miss
disappeared.
mama. She disappeared, and then
Oh, she disappeared. She
reappeared.
disappeared.
Mama
She went up. Okay,
fall. She fall
she
down.
fell. She
Yeah.
fell.
Yep.
Great. So she disappeared. Did she? So she disappeared up there?
No. He disappeared
No, you disappeared.
down.
She disappeared down there. And then where'd she reappeared?
There, up, yeah.
Oh, she went.
They like
So
wave
she
their
went
little
down.
fronds.
Yeah, well, I got it. So they went down, disappeared, and then came down from up there.
So many hands. So many hands.
Lots of hands. Were the hands? Did she go down into the hands, or did she come? Okay, so there were angry hands. Why does she have the marks on the here and the here?
We couldn't see. Can't see. Can't see.
You can see. You can
Can't
see.
see.
All right, that's cool. Thank you very much. I'm going to come back here, talk to you guys in just a couple of seconds.
Yay!
Okay.
Have fun.
Okay, that's good. So she fell down through the bed, and then she came back through the ceiling, and there were a lot of hands. They couldn't see what happened. I'm going to talk to the ivy over here. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. We are investigating the murder
Hi.
of. So you saw that, I'm sure. Could you just tell us anything that you saw? You guys want to ask any questions of the plants? Just let me know.
Yes. Yes.
They said that there were many hands.
The queen.
What?
She
Yeah, the queen.
spoke to me.
1 second, Ezra.
She was kind.
Mm-hmm.
And she watered, and there was a food she gave. It
Mm-hmm.
was so delicious. It was
Mm-hmm. And when she died?
Died. Oh, there was darkness, a blackness that rose from the
Mm-hmm.
soil beneath her feet,
Mm-hmm.
and there was fingers
Mm-hmm.
and hands, and
Mm-hmm.
something came from behind and
Mm-hmm.
grabbed her about the stem, and
Did you see
then
the something?
she was pulled, and it
Mm-hmm.
was terrible, and
Mm-hmm.
disaster struck, and the darkness swallowed everything, and the
Mm-hmm.
queen was gone, and we
Mm-hmm.
thought that there would be no more sun and no more light,
Mm-hmm.
that there would be
Mm-hmm.
darkness forever, and we
Mm-hmm.
were
So the room
afraid.
went dark when
And
she left. The room went dark.
the room was dark, and we
The
were
room was dark.
afraid that it would be eternal night, and that we would
Mm-hmm.
wither and die, and never
Mm-hmm.
again see the beautiful, beautiful sun, that our fingers would never reach again
Mm-hmm. And
from
then
the
what
part of the
happened?
rooms.
What happened after that? After the room went dark? What happened next?
Somehow she became rootless and fell from the sky like rain.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And she hit the bed and then fell on the floor, right?
Yes. Then
Okay,
she
cool.
was as she had been
Are there
before.
other plants in the room, Bill?
Yes.
Game?
Yeah, there's like a some sort of like dwarf tree
Uh-huh.
by the bottom of the window.
Right. So I just want to let you know, as you continue to make this impractical, I'll just keep going.
I have all night and I'm enjoying it, so go ahead.
Great. All right. So there's a dwarf tree.
Yeah.
Do we have any beer?
Nice.
You don't. Zone would have drank it already.
Okay. All right. Well, anyways, I talked to the dwarf tree. Real quick, I just want to say, dwarf tree, thank you so much for speaking with me. So far, we have heard, guys, if you want to know, we've heard that a blackness opened up underneath her, a bunch of hands with their fingers reached up. They grabbed her, they pulled her down, she fell. The room went dark when she fell. Could you confirm that? I'm not sure if I heard that correctly over there. Room went dark, and then she fell back down from the ceiling onto the bed, and when she landed, she was dead. Does that match what you saw, dwarf tree?
That's what's better, they sir.
Okay, cool.
There's a bunch of darkness. She
Did
fell
you
from the
see
sky.
any
Don't know what happened
faces?
exactly. Something terrible happened. It was terrible.
Yeah, it sounds awful. Did you see any faces?
No faces, only hands. Hands and
Just hands.
claws and darkness.
Hands and claws.
And darkness.
Were they sort of humanoid?
I remember
hands?
faces when I see them.
Yeah, no. Were they humanoid?
I'll remember your face.
Hands? Well, that sounds good. I'll remember your face.
I don't have a face.
And,
You take that back.
yeah, and I will remember that.
Faces
so
are
anyway,
strange.
were they 5-fingered hands? Do they have claws?
Claws, yes, claws. So many claws. Does it feel
Were
funny
they
to have
like
a face?
2, 3? It feels a little funny. I need you to track me. track me right here.
Mm.
3. Were there 5 fingers on the hands, or did they have 4 or 3? Did you catch? You seem like a really insightful, intuitive, intelligent, perceptive plant, and I just wanted
More
to
than one
check with
hand. Lots
you.
of hands. So many hands, hard to tell how many fingers.
Cool. All right. What are the other plants?
That's it. It's those two in the bunch that she brought, but she also brought another one that's on the. So there's all the little ones that are on the desk around her stuff, and it
Yep.
looks like there's another single flower that she brought.
Okay. You can go talk to that single flower.
It's all
Is
closed
it
up.
like it's all closed up?
Yeah.
So just get down close and go, hey,
They're like
how you
little
doing
tiny
in
bit
there?
opens and like. Yeah.
Pretty rough night, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
What's your name?
I've never had a name before.
Me neither. So I just wanted to check in.
Yeah.
So you saw what happened last night, right?
I looked away. I was so scared. It
What
was
did you see before
darkness.
you looked away?
Oh, the queen. It was darkness, and then there were hands, and then
Uh-huh.
there was something on her neck, and everything went
Mm-hmm.
really dark, and it was really scary.
Could you tell me what she was doing just before the hands and the darkness and the scary part? Do you remember what was happening in the 5, 10, 15 minutes beforehand?
She was getting ready for bed.
Mm-hmm. Just normal, getting ready for bed, nothing unusual.
No, nothing unusual, just getting ready for bed. She does it
So
every day. People have to sleep. It's so sad.
it is very sad. So the only really unusual thing that you saw started with the bed opening up and her falling down into the hands. Nothing unusual before that.
Well, the first thing was the darkness and the thing on her neck.
Uh-huh.
Then the hands and the darkness.
Okay. So afterwards, since
Well, I
this
closed my
morning,
eyes. I haven't
yeah,
opened my
yeah,
eyes
yeah.
since.
Okay. But you didn't hear anybody else come into this room?
No. I'm right by the door. No one came in.
So you didn't hear anybody talking with her?
No.
So you didn't hear anybody asking any questions or have any conversations, nothing like that?
No.
All right. Just to expedite this, I'm going to ask all the plants essentially that same question.
Hey.
Was anybody else in this
Hey.
room? Did anybody ask her
Ah.
questions?
Eventually, you get out that nobody else was here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah, everybody. Basic timeline. She gets ready for bed as normal, lies down in bed. As she's lying down in bed, portal opens up, or some sort of void, blackness, black hole opens up, hands reach, grab her, something gets her by the neck, pulls her down. She falls. Shortly thereafter, from the ceiling, she falls down, hits the bed. She is dead, falls onto the ground. Here's the crazy part. I asked if anybody had come in here and cast Speak to the Dead or asked any questions, and we got absolutely that no, that did not happen from all of the plants. And there's a couple of these plants that I got to be honest with you, I don't trust, but all of them line up on this answer. But no, nobody was in here. So I'm confused as to who cast Speak with Dead or if there's some sort of block on casting Speak with Dead right now in this room.
But we think that she was dead when she came back, so it might have been cast on her while she was elsewhere.
That's a really good call.
Yeah, it could have been, as long as it was cast within the past 10 days after she was dead. That's the timeline that we have to work with.
If she was transported to another realm, which day matters? Like, couldn't a day be different in a different realm?
We know that, I mean, time moves differently on different planes.
I didn't know that. That's why I asked.
That's a good question. And just to give you like, because this is like a homeroom game to a certain extent, the call is that the days count for the body, right? Not here. So days have to have passed for the body itself. So if he was another dimension where 10 days passed, it would have cleared up, right?
We talked about how like time is funny in the Feywild, and sometimes things go really short, sometimes things are really long.
Well, and she could have gone to some place where time passed. She was there for a year or whatever, and then came back.
Although in theory, you probably would have seen more rot on her body if that were the case.
Yeah, it was sort of going to be my next line of questioning. Was like, these flowers, do they seem like they died recently?
Thanks, Dirk. That was really clutch.
Yeah. It's hard to say. Like, you're not. It doesn't look like they've been dead for days. But it does. You also know that this body had trauma, right? Like having your blood boiled is trauma, so.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, sibling. Matt, tell my sibling I said hi.
All right. I feel like that covers basically everything we could do in this room.
Anything else we want to ask the plants before we go?
Goodbye. Hey.
That's what they sounded like.
Oh my god! Honestly, I wish I could have had him on mute the whole time I was talking to him.
No, I don't think there's
You
anything
learned
else.
a lot actually from those plants.
Sure enough, did.
Yeah.
Dirk, I heard you asking about what the hands looked like. Did you get any insights on what the hands looked like?
Not a whole lot. The general sense was that they were black fingers, claws. It seemed to be a fairly traumatic incident for most of the plants, and they all responded to it with different levels of resistance and avoidance.
Okay. Well, thanks for doing that.
Well said.
Yeah.
We should tell Elisar what we just learned.
Why?
Because this is his friend. He's gonna want to investigate on his own time.
Why do we automatically trust these beautiful men?
You got to make that into a T-shirt. You can sell 1 million of them.
It's just.
Okay, we'll keep it to ourselves.
That goes on the quote board, please. Can someone please put that on the quote board?
I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm just saying
we're gonna get blamed for not being able to talk to the body.
Well, if he's going to blame us, he could use the information that we just gleaned to blame us more.
I guess so.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I just want to check as to why we are automatically doing it.
Well, what should we do next? You guys want to get out of Dodge and go spend some time with some actors?
Maybe just say like thanks to Elazar, and we'll be in touch, and we hope that things are good, and if he hears anything, let us know, and we'll let him know if we hear anything.
Thank God we shut down the Cone of Truth. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's all scurry like we're not doing anything wrong.
Guys, I can't believe I totally forgot I can speak with plants.
Yeah, we got to remember that you're a ranger.
It's a whole world of possibilities. Just
Yeah,
plants everywhere.
you do have a ranger in the group. It's pretty great for some things, but only when the ranger remembers they can do things. The rest of the time, it's just entertaining.
That's the big problem with me being a ranger, is that I have to remember things ever.
It's not a problem for me. It's really great, actually. Everything worked out exactly as it should have. Okay, yeah, you leave. Um, that took a while. It's afternoon now. Would you like to go try to find the actors before the end of the day?
Yeah.
You sound like you need a hug, Ezra.
Uh,
You hear the way that he said that? Yeah. You want to go
I've,
find the
I've,
actress? Yeah.
I have an early. I have to be out, like on my way out of the house at 7:45.
Oh, in the morning?
Yeah.
Well, we only have 15 minutes left, or less. Okay. Let's because for in the turn like how I like to set scene and give characters and everything, but in the interest of expediency, let's say that you meet because you've asked to do this. Let's say that you meet them at the bar and they are expecting you and the most of the troop is there, right? You remember all of them. There's the gazelle woman, there's the angry Irish halfling, there's the roguishly handsome man in charge, and also Skip meets you. Um, he wanted to follow through after you went into the investigation, so you can tell him what you want. Um, but they're excited. They're like, okay, we've chosen the play.
Which one did you pick?
I'm so glad you asked. We chose the comedy. It's called The Worm's Third Leg. It's a very bawdy comedy. Um, Essentially, a man who we would like to be Owen falls in love with a beautiful woman. That's you, Jana. Finds out that she isn't interested in him because he has a reputation as a poor lover. He does some research and finds out that dragons are supposedly masterful lovers, often shape change into people to seduce them. He decides to go find a local dragon in the mountains. That's you, Dirk. See what we did
Mhm.
there?
That's
And get
typecasting,
lessons.
but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, that's what we do. We just typecast. That's how we do things. Um,
Pretty tokenized.
he has a series of misadventures along the way. He's got a little sidekick that goes with him, and he picks up a host of bad information about dragons and how massive their members are and how amazing they are in bed. And in the end, the beautiful woman is actually in love with the clumsy sidekick woman. She likes women, and that's why she did want to be with the guy. It had nothing to do with the whole thing, and that's part of why it's funny at the end. So,
Owen would absolutely love to star in this play.
yes.
Jenna will not be acting on
Oh no,
stage.
you have to. We need you. It's
No,
a small role. There's some lines in the
there's,
beginning and some lines at the end, and you're not in the rest of the play.
there's a
It's
lot of other women in this acting troupe
yeah,
uh, who
yeah.
don't have like wanted posters out for them. Like,
Yeah, yeah. We
can
also
you wear
need
them?
someone for the sidekick woman. Um, and I was actually thinking about you, and he points to Skip. I really just want to see what you look like in a dress with makeup on, to be honest. And I also think that people know who you are, and it'll be a hit. Um, we definitely need Zerwin and Geldis to be security, um, and look scary.
Is that like the main role?
Also, your hair is different.
What do you mean?
It's green and it was purple. Do
Well,
you do this often?
wait, what?
We got to know if you're going to change your hair before the show again. Just is it going to stay green? Or is it going to go back to being purple?
What are you talking about? Oh!
Zerwin, are you feeling okay?
Not again.
We also have a role for Ezra. It's a very small role. You're a bit part along the way of a local man who gives them bad information. It's part of the gig.
Once again, art imitates life.
So, what do you think? I know, I'm excited too. And it's
I'll
a
go with it.
musical. There are songs. First of all, there's chorus songs, right? But there's also individual songs. The dragon has a great one at the end. And of course, the sidekick has a couple of good ones. Are you excited? Are you excited as I am?
Does the security sing?
No. Well,
Zerwin sings really well.
if if the security would like to sing, then security can sing.
Gelidus would look lovely in a dress. He should be the main lady.
Well, here's the thing: is that Gelidus' suit of armor and shield, that's all very intimidating, and we're really sort of going for that right now. Listen, Jana, we're gonna cover your face anyway. It's gonna be great. You're gonna look beautiful. And so is Skip. And Skip is like, I didn't even volunteer for this. They're like, you're gonna be great. It's a comedic role. All I have to do is, fall over things, and wear a lot of makeup, and a wig, and a wig. Um, anyway, immediately remember the gazelle woman? She's the costumer, so she immediately starts like she pulls out a measuring thing and like starts measuring all of you and like just yelling numbers in the air. 47, 16 and a half, 23 and 5/8. All right. You have your assignments. Does anybody have any questions? Great. Okay, so we have not much time. So I'm gonna need your focus here. Okay? I'm gonna need you to buckle down and start learning the music. Now. So if there's anything else you need to take care of today, you should go do that because we're gonna start singing. We've got 2 days to make this work. 2 days.
Sounds like you have work cut out for you, Jana.
Yeah.
I mean, did you
We
see
were
how
friends,
great she
Gelidus.
was at investigating that room? She can do anything.
Oh my god, I hate you guys.
She doesn't even have the biggest role. She has the smallest role. It's like
Great in front of crowds. Did you see
Owen.
she won that thing?
We're not
With the
doing this in
bow and
front of the
arrow?
crowd. Aren't we doing this just in front of what's his name?
Vinith
Mm.
Gata, but he invites all of his
Thousands of
friends.
people. Yeah.
So that there won't be anybody there.
Yeah, no, there will be. There's usually like 20 to 30 people
Husband?
watching,
Oh.
which is not a huge crowd, but some of you may get stage fright. There's only one way to find out, really, and that's to roll dice, as we all know. All right, everyone. That's where we're gonna end tonight, and I'm literally gonna send you not a full script because I'm not writing a full script, but I'm gonna send you information about your character, um, your character that your character's playing in the game, in the play, in the musical. It's gonna be great.
This is very meta.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, let's end there. Give out some Danger Awesome points. Also, if there's anybody watching right now who wants to give out Danger Awesome points, please put the name of the player who you think should get a Danger Awesome point based on how dangerous and/or awesome they were in today's game in chat now.
Mine goes to Jana in anticipation of her performance next week.
I was going to give mine to Dirk.
Mine will go to Gelidus for rolling them bones again. It's my favorite thing he does.
Not that it actually helped us.
No, but I love it when you try.
I love it when you try.
It did help you. It was the reason you decided to cast Speak with Dead. That was absolutely
Ended up
helpful.
being
I was going to
hugely
do it
helpful.
anyway. I just need to convince Ezra. Ezra will get my dap for being the guiding light of the party and keeping us morally on track. Or trying to.
Trying to. God, that was important. I just reached the threshold of 20 points. That was a very important DAP for me.
Nice.
And gonna need that when we get back to the Magic competition.
Jana, did you give one out to somebody?
Mine goes to Dirk for the line, "Fuck it, let's ride." And also speaking to plants.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, you no, you go first.
I'm gonna give one to Dirk also for having conversation. My favorite part of the conversation with the plants was when you were super sensitive to that flower. You were like, "Oh yeah, it was scary, wasn't it?" It was pretty great.
I was
Um,
pretty proud of. Yeah, I don't have a name either.
Yeah, that was also pretty good. Yeah.
the two most clutch things tonight, I think, were the 20 on the investigation check,
Ooh.
and then Dirk realizing that you could speak with plants. That was
I just never done it before.
yeah, no, the most awesome thing that happened tonight was Dirk walking around a room and talking to a bunch of different plants. But Dirk, you can have mine.
Thanks,
Uh,
bud.
Jana, you get one from the crowd tonight. For being cool.
Yeah, Foxy says for being cool.
Yeah, you deserve
Oh,
it.
Foxy.
All right, I'm gonna do a dice raffle. I know that at least Foxy wants. Foxy's a real dice goblin. If anybody wants another pair of dice, I got a pair
Pair of
here.
dice. What
Is
kind
that
of
a
dice?
euphemism?
No. You know, they're not super fancy dice like our guest appearance person makes, but you know, they're nice. I think they're nice. All right, anybody besides Foxy who wants dice? Who's here for the raffle, the prize raffle? Say so in chat now. And you have a chance to win dice. I mailed out a bunch of prizes the other day, and I have some more to go here. Oh, also, I've decided I made all the conditions for did I tell you guys this? I'm doing a scavenger hunt. To give this away, I'm gonna announce this the next couple of games. But Galadis made us this amazing dice tower. Look at this thing. It's so cool. Um, and I was like, what am I gonna do to give this away? So what I'm gonna do is a scavenger hunt from previous um, videos that are all on YouTube that people will see. So I'll ask questions about them. Everybody who answers all the questions correctly will get entered into a raffle. And then I have 3 prizes I'm going to give out, that being the grand prize, but then there's a second place prize and a third place prize also. So I'm going to do it that way. All right, that's it. Just Foxy Proxy wants. I know there's other people watching, but maybe nobody else wants dice. So okay, Foxy Proxy, roll a d6, and if you roll a number, you will get some dice. Congratulations, you've won some dice. All right. That's it. I think we're done for tonight. Does anybody else have anything they want to say?
Thanks for
Thanks,
watching,
thanks
guys.
for watching.
Bye, everybody. See you next week.